LL hears this and basically goes, nah, he didn't write it.
The Paradise that they said 50 wrote for you, 50 Cent wrote the chorus, bro. But you heard that too, right? Of course I heard it. Okay. He wrote the chorus.
Yo, nah, see, that's shade. Even if he did write the chorus, why LL gotta make this face like he's mocking him? Like that was, even if 50 did write the chorus, nigga, that was the draw to the record, bro. That was what popped the record off, not the LL bars. And then the celly and the telly and the thing and the saying in your belly. And get that money, Ellie. Please believe it if the mind can't achieve it. Like, no, that was not what drew you to the record. It was the chorus. That chorus was fire. All right, in today's video, we got 50 Cent spazzes on LL Cool J for lying about ghostwriting for him. Yeah, video by All Urban Central. Now, what is this, man? What is this? LL Cool J lying about 50 Cent ghostwriting for him. Interesting. Because I always thought that 50 Cent wrote that song Paradise. So let's hear what this is about, what LL is talking about, man.
Hey, yo, I just refreshed my timeline and said, ain't no way. Because somehow, some way, 50 Cent is beefing with not a SoundCloud rapper, not with a podcaster, not with Ja Rule, but with LL Cool J. Yes, the man whose abs had their own fan base. The man who's made love song and battle rap. The man your auntie still calls fine. And the beef is over one thing. Who wrote the hook to Paradise? This ain't no Glock versus...
The hook or the song? Yo, because I was under the impression, dead ass, that I thought that was like a thing that was confirmed that 50 Cent wrote Paradise. I thought LL came out and said that or confirmed that shit. And when you listen to the cadence and the rhyme patterns and shit like that, it is very similar to 50 Cent. Was it 50 Cent or is it Jay? No, Jay. Yeah, I thought that was 50 Cent. Not even gonna lie. Now I think about it, bro. 50 Cent been on a little tangent lately, bro. He been beefing with he been beefing with King Combs. He has something to say about Fab and Banks, which I did videos on those too. If you got time, check those out. You feel me? On my page. And now I'm reacting to this too. Like 50 Cent just on timing right now. He better be promoting something behind this. Goddamn, he been in the news all fucking week.
This is pen versus memory. So LL Cool J is doing OG interviews, and he goes on the Shannon Sharp podcast, and he's sitting back like, back in my day, let me tell y'all something. These kids don't know. Then Paradise comes up. And now if you've been outside long enough, you heard the rumor that young 50 Cent, broke, hungry 50 Cent, was writing hooks like...
Yeah, 50 Cent was the hook king. That's one. And two, any viewer in here who never heard the song Paradise, I ain't gonna lie, man. Nice summer day. You feel me? Some nice weather, bro. I'm driving, you feel me? I crack the window in the sunroof and Paradise come on and shuffle. That's still a fucking banger. Still a banger, bro. Now, Fab recently remixed it with the sample. I play that version a little more now, the Fab sample remix. But, yo, Paradise, classic. A. Marie bodied that hook. Don't know who wrote it, but the vocal performance on that hook, amazing, bro. If you don't know that song, Paradise, make sure y'all check that out. Classic. That's a timeless classic right there.
Do tomorrow. So people been saying for years, yo, 50 Cent wrote the hook for Paradise. LL hears this and basically goes, nah, he didn't write it.
The Paradise that they said 50 wrote for you, 50 Cent wrote the chorus, bro. But you heard that too, right? Of course I heard it. Okay. He wrote the chorus.
Yo, nah, see, that's shade. Even if he did write the chorus, why LL gotta make this face like he's mocking him? Like that was, even if 50 did write the chorus, nigga, that was the draw to the record, bro. That was what popped the record off, not the LL bars and then the celly and the telly and the thing and the saying in your belly. And get that money, Ellie. Please believe it if the mind can't achieve it. Like, no, that was not what drew you to the record. It was the chorus. That chorus was fire. So even if 50 wrote the hook, nigga, you know what I'm saying? I hope them publishing checks, because that's what made the record. bro, when that the beat is fire for one. And then when Amory came on with the goddamn hook, if you need it, baby, I'm for real. Nigga, what? Killed that shit. So yeah, even if 50 wrote the hook, that still credit goes to 50 Cent on that, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. So I don't know why LL is making this little mock face right here.
Not. We've been through this before. Acting like the L's can't bag him no more. He ain't write that shit.
Hold on. Okay, I bring it back. L did come smooth on that first verse. I went to the third verse. The third verse opening line was a little cheesy, but yeah, we've been through this before. Acting like the L's can't bag no more. The heat up marble floor. Yeah. I gotta listen to it again. But yeah, L did come on smooth on that. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. But the hook was still the draw to the record. You know, the chorus is the part that draws you to the record. You know, it's the most recognizable and noticeable part that people can sing along to in any fucking country is the chorus to a record.
That you, of course. I mean, at the end of the day, listen, man. You know, anybody who, you know, if you feel that way, then, you know, there's a lot of ways to find out. You know what I mean? So, you know, if they want to go there and we really want to fake, like if you think that I've been rapping since 8 years old using ghostwriters, like, you know, if y'all really that. Hold on, you try to get down with the verses? I mean, hold up, you like that? Hold on, you really try? Well, the verses can't prove none of that. What I'm saying is, oh, you about just write about. I'm saying, like, however you want to do it. Like, if y'all want to sit somewhere and write, so we can do that. And let's just see how it goes. Like that's my challenge. So you can talk they can talk all that bullshit they want. Bring the pen and the pad, turn the cameras on, turn the beat on. Let's sit in the studio together. Never cut the camera. Leave it on. How long we getting? It don't matter.
Now 50 Cent.
That's right, L. Talk that shit. Talk that shit, L. Fuck it. These niggas don't know. Yo, L's like that, dude. You know what I'm saying? You know, a little bit before my time, but, you know, I heard the LL and Cannabis. LL was he was, you know, he was holding his own. You know, Cannabis, he was a cannon. He was like that. You know? Hey, L, talk that shit. I'm all here for some clean hip-hop battling, you know what I'm saying? Like, showcasing your skill, bro. I'm here for that. That's what we missing. Fuck all the memes and shit like that. Yeah, I would love to see that. Listen, I ain't sleeping on nobody's pen, bro. You know what I mean? So, hey, I'm all for it.
Goes in a full History Channel mode. When you say you didn't write that to 50 Cent, you might as well ring a doorbell label petty. 50 Cent hops online immediately, not yelling, not wilding, but with that calm, dangerous tone like, nah, we ain't doing that. 50 Cent ends up reposting a clip of the interview and writes the caption, "This was wild when I saw LL say this. I felt like someone punched me in the stomach. I did this joint, then 13 other joints. This is why I don't work with." Then he writes another comment and says, "I'm never working with him again." 50 Cent basically remembers this hook cleared in his own birthday. And you can tell this ain't jokes to him. This ain't Instagram comedy 50. This is let's correct the textbook 50. He then posts to his Instagram an old clip where he was talking on Apple Music last year.
I'm gonna say this with humbly, but I really mean this. I think one day people are gonna wake up and realize that LL Cool J is the most important rapper that ever existed. I truly believe one day people are gonna say that. They're gonna say, yo, they're gonna look and they're gonna say, wow, when it comes to the jewelry, this is the guy who introduced all the diamond and the ice and the champagne. They're gonna say when it comes to the love songs, this is the guy who introduces the love songs and all the love shit. When it comes to the bad...
Okay. All right. I mean, introduced, yeah, but that was derived from what he was already seeing in the streets. So eventually somebody would have done that. And was he the one to introduce that though? You know, like I said, it's a little bit before my time. Somebody fact check me on that. But what I'm saying is eventually people would have came around and done that because he got that from the streets and just brought it to hip hop. You know? Interesting though, but most important, bro, that's tough. That's a wild statement.
boy vibe, they're gonna realize, oh, this is the guy who introduced all the rebellious bad boy vibes before was done. When it comes to the GOAT terminology, they're gonna say, yo, this is the guy who came up with the GOAT stuff. They're gonna say, when it comes to Def Jam, wow, this is the first artist that was on Def Jam.
Okay.
They're gonna say, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When it comes to the solo artist, gonna say, wow, this is the first solo artist to take it all the way around the world.
And he wrote the caption, I changed my mind about this guy. I was a fan, but
Yeah, but that's when they when that time comes, it's just like any legend. They're gonna tell the story, and they're gonna bring up all that stuff. How impactful and influential you were to hip hop, which I don't think nobody could take that from L. You know what I'm saying? But most important, that's a very, very heavy claim. But I'm sure he feels like that because he knows what he contributed. He know how long he's been in the game, and LL's name is a worldwide brand, so he's entitled to feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with it. It's kind of tough to say that. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many artists that have went on to become legendary, and what they've done, and barriers that they've pushed, things they've changed, people they've influenced. So it's just a really heavy claim.
doing corny. I was trying to help his ass. F all that mama said knock you out. Get the strap. Then he writes another comment and says, I ain't got no beef. I'm just never effing with him again. I think this shit he said was whack. Now listen, let's be honest. LL Cool J talking is like your dad correcting you mid-story. You be like, yeah, so then, and LL be like, that's not how it happened. And some fans felt LL was low-key sunning 50. Not aggressively, but in that calm OG way, like, relax, you didn't do that much. And the crazy part, LL wasn't even being disrespectful. But sometimes respect hurts more than disrespect. Because LL talking like you was there, just not like that. And 50 hearing that like, oh nah, this man trying to erase me like a bad mixtape. Now the internet did what it does best. Absolutely nothing productive. One side was like LL has no reason to lie. That's his song. And 50 be claiming everything. Next he gonna say he wrote Thriller. Other side was like 50 been writing since diapers. Everyone stole hooks from him. LL just don't want to share credit. And nobody is saying either one is lying. They just...
Yeah, but LL said in the beginning that he wrote the chorus. I ain't tweaking.
Acting like the L's can't bag him no more. But you heard that too, right? Of course I heard it. Okay. He wrote the chorus.
Yeah, he said he wrote the chorus. That's not what's in question. I thought what was in question is that we thought that, thought a lot of people that were familiar with the situation thought that he wrote the verse, the whole song. That's what I thought. And is that what 50 is saying? Because he's admitting that 50 wrote the chorus for A. Marie, but she didn't write and that's very normal. You know what I'm saying? If somebody writes the chorus for an R&B singer, yeah, that's very fucking normal. I thought it was the whole song that 50 wrote. I was like, okay, interesting. But now he's saying, hell no.
Writing since diapers. Everyone stole hooks from him. LL just don't want to share credit. And nobody is saying either one is lying. They just saying somebody lying, but politely. And let me tell you why 50 ain't letting this slide. Because once the narrative becomes 50 really ain't write that, next thing you know, he didn't write his hooks, he didn't master G-Unit, and he didn't get shot 9 times. 50's entire brand is intelligence, strategy, and pen game. You can joke about his trolling, you can joke about his movies, but questioning his pen, that's like questioning LL's ladies' man era. You just don't do it. Now let me calm y'all.
Yeah, but I don't think they're questioning 50's pen at all. They're just, the thing in question is, did he or did he not write that LL's verse? So I think the pen in question is LL's pen. Did you or did you not write the Paradise, your verses for Paradise? I don't think 50's pen is. 50's pen is not in question, nigga. 50 was the hook guy. 50 helped Banks with hooks. Tony A with hooks, gave them hits. 50 helped. I'm pretty sure. I don't know about Young Buck, but I'm pretty sure if he was his artist. You know what I'm saying? The Game, How We Do, and Hate or Love It are hits because of 50 Cent. Let's not get fucked up. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other songs that on the album, that documentary album. So 50's pen ain't never been in question, man. That nigga was the hook guy. That was Drake. That was Drake right before Drake. You feel me? I mean, you can argue that Ja Rule was that hook guy, and 50 kind of, you know what I'm saying, kind of came in and just made that shit hotter. But yeah, 50's pen never been in question, dog.
This is not diss track, street beef, verses. This is two rich men, two strong memories, two egos that refuse to blink. Honestly, this is what happened when nobody in the room is broke enough to let it go. So I gotta ask y'all, did LL Cool J low-key OG tone 50, or is 50 rewriting history like it's Wikipedia? Either way, this is hip-hop heritage beef. No shots fired, just words and pride.
Right.
Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what y'all think, and make sure you subscribe. And if this escalates, you already know. We outside. Keep it locked.
Shots, I like to be worked up a little bit. So this is kind of like how I loosen up. I just hit the mitts, and it just keeps...
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I always thought that 50 Cent wrote the whole song. And it's interesting that all these years, I don't know if 50 Cent ever said it in a clip before. If anybody's seen a clip that 50 Cent ever said that he did, let me know. But that's always been a thing that 50 Cent wrote that. I thought that was just public knowledge to people that know hip hop or follow hip hop. You feel what I'm saying? Or know that song or the history of that record. Now he's saying that he wrote the chorus. I mean, that's still a dub for 50. But 50's saying no. Why would 50 lie about that? Or it could just be the way, you know what I'm saying? It's like the undertone of the way he said it. Like 50 wrote the chorus. Like the way he said it, maybe 50 didn't like. I don't know, man. But man, listen, two legends, nonetheless. You feel me? This is stupid, but I mean, it's not stupid. It's just integrity. If he didn't write, that's one of LL's biggest songs, even though he got mad hits and shit. You know, he's trying to stand on business, saying, nah, he ain't write that. So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Yo, like, comment, subscribe, bro. If you caught a vibe, man. Till the next time, we out of here.